What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another live chat of
Breaks, 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 Junkyard breaks.
welcome,
Junkyard
welcome,
Breaks.
welcome. How you guys doing?
Pretty
Doing
good.
all right.
Doing
You
good.
know?
Once again, we got Jimmy and Jason and me. What do you want to talk about first? You want to get into some news?
Yeah, let's do it.
News.
Batman opens up in a week. Are we excited about Batman?
I would be if I could go and see it.
I'm not excited about Batman at all.
You're
I'm
not?
like,
You've lost your interest?
I never was interested. I can't.
Really?
Nah, this thing is not really thrilling me.
yeah, I don't know. I just can't get behind Pattinson.
Can't
You know,
get
maybe
behind.
maybe I'll be surprised, but I can't get behind it.
Nah. I like the director though. Matt Reeves is good. I just not feeling this movie at all. I have so little faith in DC producing anything decent that I just think it's gonna be bad.
Well, did you like the Joker?
I thought the Joker was okay. I didn't. I wasn't crazy about the Joker. I did like the new Suicide Squad, but James Gunn
Yeah.
did it. So, before that, I think the last movie I liked was Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam was great. I
Shazam
thought
was
Shazam
fun.
was in the same vein as the Ant-Man movies,
Yeah.
kind of that vibe.
And then I'm going all the way back to Dark Knight Returns. I haven't liked anything. Yeah, it's been that bad for me. I don't know. Jimmy? You're excited about it?
I'm interested in it. But again, it's not anything I can go and see for a while.
Looks like
So-
it's brought to us by the color charcoal. I mean, that's what the color palette looks like. It's
Yeah.
gunmetal gray.
I'm interested in the grittiness of it, I guess, but uh, yeah, I don't know.
It just
So-
to me it reminds me so much of Hush, and Hush is a terrible story. It's a horrible story. If they bring Hush to life, it's just a huge mistake.
I thought that the talk was around Court Owls. That's not happening? Is that one of the video games or something like that?
There is no from the trailer. There's no hint of Court of Owls at all.
Maybe I'm
Well,
confusing
except for the seediness, Jace. There's a hint that
But
That,
that's the
um,
same hint in Hush.
Batman's that Thomas Wayne and we're part of like the what happened to Gotham and the seedy underbelly and all that stuff.
Okay.
So
Was that in the trailer? Did I miss something?
yeah, in one of the trailers, because he confronts Alfred and he tells Alfred he's been lying to him forever. And
Thomas Wayne?
no, the one Bruce, he confronts Alfred,
Does he?
tells him
does
he's
he
been
con-
lying to him.
Does Robert Pattinson go like this? You've been messing with me, Alfred.
Something like
Look
that.
at my look at
Does
the,
he confront him as Edward from the vampire movies?
look at the black
Did
around
either
my
of you guys
eyes.
see The King? Did either of you guys see The King with Timothy Chalamet?
No.
No.
Oh,
Did you watch that?
Robert
just because he was
Pattinson in that
Dune?
movie is so awesome. He plays a French prince,
Oh yeah.
and his insults and the way he talks are just so perfect.
Are you trying to get us to like Robert Pattinson? Is that what's
It's
happening?
not
right
happening.
No, I just wanted you to see The King because The King was a great movie.
Right.
Actually, The King's in my top 25.
Oh, Jimmy's trying to segue to his top 25 movies
Yeah, he
right
is.
now.
Um, all right, number 2. Chameleon has been cast
Oh.
for Craven.
For
Oh,
Craven.
interesting.
Sadly, first appearance of Chameleon is a very expensive book. That's Amazing Spider-Man #1. You're not getting that. But that is there are some Chameleon stories later on down the line. They're all expensive. It's because you're not getting those cheap.
You could get the Chameleon McFarlane.
Yeah, that's true.
Get the
you could.
McFarlane Chameleon for what? Like 17 bucks? 15 bucks?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, $10 to $20 probably.
That $10
Probably,
$20
yeah.
book.
There was
book.
a pretty great meme I saw today about that. It's like chasing chameleon. Was a 2 panel meme chasing chameleon or wanting to get ahead of the chameleon spec. Me realizing that Chameleon's first appearance is an Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
1.
Wah wah. That's done.
Man,
Yeah.
that book has absolutely exploded in the last
Amazing
2 years.
Spider-Man
too.
1.
Yeah.
I remember that book was $1,000, just like Daredevil. You can get one for $1,500. Now, I don't think I can even get one. Nah, they're like 6,000-7,000 for like ones. They're so expensive. Too much. But it'd be cool seeing Chameleon on screen. He's pretty cool.
So is the Craven is a standalone movie about Craven, correct?
Yeah, I think so. And I don't even know if Spider-Man's in it. So you're gonna need Chameleon is his brother. There's some hints at like a longer, younger version of the family too, which is why I picked up those Anna Kravinoff books.
Yeah, there's quite a few later in the ASM run in the 600s
Yeah, they're
where the
super
other
cheap.
Kravinoffs come into the mix.
Yep, super cheap. Easy to get a bunch of them. You can find those everywhere for a couple dollars. But obviously Craven and Chameleon are not cheap books, so that's that. But we're excited to see Chameleon. That'd be cool.
I'm not excited to see Aaron Taylor Johnson do another.
Yeah, you're really hating on him. I think he's gonna be good. I like him.
I don't know. I definitely don't want to hear his accent again.
Oh, that's true. He should have an accent.
He will be Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
he was
know.
Sokovian before, so
I don't know. Was it bad? I don't remember it being.
it wasn't
bad.
great.
Yeah, I don't remember it being good.
Does it stand out though?
I mean, if we remember that it's not good, I think that's an indicator that it stands out to some extent.
I don't know. Not
Now,
for me, but okay.
Maybe with a beard on his face, maybe it's not as bad, you know.
I just don't think I don't know. If you give me a week, I could cast it better. I swear.
I'll give you 2 minutes. Cast Craven better. I think the big one that looks exactly like Craven is kind of menacing would have been Jason Momoa. He would have been perfect for Craven, but he's already in DC. Now think of somebody else.
That was a great cameo. Did you guys finish Peacemaker?
Oh yeah,
You didn't finish
I
Peacemaker?
didn't start it yet.
Oh man,
it's over now, so you can
Dolphin.
start. You can start it.
Dolph, if you really believed in Suicide Squad, you're going to love Peacemaker.
I heard
mean,
Peacemaker's good. I'll
It is really good.
watch
It
it.
even made me think that what's his face is kind of a good actor too. Like
Cena was great in the movie. I loved him.
yeah, like he actually shows. Maybe this sounds a little stupid, but he shows some pretty good depth in Peacemaker, which.
Well, I mean,
not a
wrestling is
one-dimensional
acting.
character.
Wrestling is acting. He's been doing it
Yeah.
for a long time.
No doubt.
So yeah, I mean, he's not touching at the heartstrings wrestling, but all right, I'll give it a shot. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was done, so I'll start watching it. I think
I know one thing that Dolph's going to fall in love with James Gunn's bride to be.
Yeah. Oh, she's flipping, smoking hot.
Oh yeah. Well, she's in Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
she's
yeah.
all over this.
Yeah, she is a featured player in the TV show.
Okay. All right. Did you guys watch the Lord of the Rings trailer?
I didn't see it.
It's
Jimmy clearly did.
It's bad. It's so bad.
I'm.
I love.
It's going to be what, 5 seasons?
Is it?
Yeah, it's automatically. I think 3 to 5 seasons.
So
Oh,
what
God.
story are they telling?
It's
supposed to be the second.
It's a
age.
filler, Jace.
It's the
It's a
second.
filler.
Supposed to be the second age, and they
Okay.
already screwed it up because there's hobbits and there are no hobbits in the second age. but I can't make any claims on the. I know a whole hell of a lot about Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion. Jimmy read the Silmarillion. I thought it was an encyclopedia, so I stayed away from it. It's like
I've read it. I read it a ton of time. I've read it. I think I've read it one more time than I've read Dune. So
Asgog is from the Silmarillion, right?
Asgog?
Yeah, the big white dude from The Hobbit.
No,
He's not from the Silmarillion?
no, he's not in anything actually.
So,
Azog the Defiler.
I thought
No,
he was from the Silmarillion.
no.
what's story? So, are they truly telling the Silmarillion story, or are they?
No,
No,
dude.
because
is it like,
they made like
They take
Galadriel.
like the end of the Silmarillion. It's like a little bit of the end of the Silmarillion, and then in between that and the Hobbit.
They made Galadriel like a super warrior.
Yeah, she's like an ironclad,
Yeah, she's
buff, like
girl
right?
power.
Because this predates the Fellowship of the Ring, though, right?
Oh,
This
absolutely,
predates-
yeah.
This predates the
Yeah.
Hobbit.
thousands of years.
Okay.
Yeah, it predates
But
the Hobbit.
Galadriel was always Galadriel. She was always
Yeah,
an
she's
ethereal.
Yep.
Like, she's not a warrior. She's basically a princess. She wasn't some kind of like macho.
No.
What channel is it? HBO? Was that what?
Yeah, no, Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. Just.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna make Sauron this good-looking dude.
Well,
Wait,
see, I wouldn't
Sauron's
watch
in
it
it?
anyway because I'm an Amazon hater. So
Are you?
They're gonna make
I'm-
Sauron some good-looking dude so that he can romance some elves or something.
Wait, really?
Yeah, well, I mean, in the end of Silmarillion, I mean, Morgoth, his Melkor or Morgoth.
Oh,
Um,
are we showing shirts? Look at this one that I picked up.
Nice.
That's from Mondo.
I somebody's gonna make an Eagly shirt here soon, Jason. Oh, this one. Props to Raccoon Trash on Instagram.
Nice
My
raccoon
friend
trash.
Sage. This was from her online store, not today, Melkor.
Trash,
Very
love
nice
it.
raccoon trash.
But yeah, they take like, you know, attractive forms so that they can seduce people into their thing.
Oh,
But
so I don't, have a
I don't
problem
think
with
they're gonna
that,
make
then.
Sauron like a badass. I think they're just gonna make him some. They're gonna make him a heartthrob.
Did you see they trolled the crap out of that trailer? Everybody just kept quoting a Tolkien quote
Oh yeah.
over and over and over again. Of course I joined in. It was awesome to pile on that thing like that.
I mean, what other option did you have?
What other option did I couldn't be the one guy saying first.
Dolph, did you get a chance to watch the Pittsburgh Dad thing
Yeah.
that I sent you and Jimmy the other
That was
day?
funny. That was really funny. He's right about the sleeping too. That was pretty funny. He's like just so
So
much sleeping.
He's so good. It was so good.
I would love to, with Chris, revisit Boba Fett. I feel like the more time I spend away from it, the more I hate it. I really hate it. I'm not a fan of it at all. It's just me. It's still because I'm listening to the Children of the Watch podcast, which is the podcast on Mando or Boba Fett and all things Star Wars. And it's funny how after episode 1 they start going into like their theories, and they're all wrong. And then because they're getting into like Crimson Dawn and Boba Fett, and they think that after the first episode, Kira is most definitely going to be in it. And then after 2, they're like, she's definitely going to be in it because the mayor's guards wore black and red. And I'm like, man, you guys are so off. It's not like all these things you wanted it to be, and they are so wrong. They didn't deliver on anything. And it's just there's no it's just pretty funny to watch them go because after 4, they're feeling like we felt. Like, okay, now we got 3 episodes and we just finally got to the plot, and we got 3 episodes left to wrap things up. one of them's a Mando episode, one of them's a Grogu episode, and now you're left with 2 episodes to have this big giant war, which wasn't even a war. It's a bunch of kids going pew pew down a high school hallway. It was terrible.
With King
It
Kong.
was terrible.
It was terrible.
When he came, you know what? It pissed me off because I knew he was going to go and get that Rancor. Right? Sorry, spoilers. I knew he was going to go get that Rancor because why would they even bring the Rancor into the story if he wasn't going to use them? But
Well, they even in that podcast, they predicted it right from the start. They're like,
and then it sucked anyway because it just was horrible. But when he left, I was thinking about why didn't he just get the Slave One? If he would have just got the Slave One, he could have come out. He could have blown up the robots. Boom, 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 boom. Done.
because maybe
It would've
it's
been done.
it's too simple, and you can't call it Slave One, so you
Yeah.
can't use the ship.
His
'cause
ship.
You can't call it by his name anymore.
His ship.
I mean, the Rancor was cool, but they did everything
Until he turns into
possible
King Kong.
to try and like unnecessarily fanboy everybody and say like, oh, it's King Kong. It's like, what the hell does King Kong have to do with Star Wars? There's nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. Like,
They wasted time settling down the Rancor when it could have been filled with like actual good
they
story.
could have had an actual legitimate duel between Boba Fett and Cad Bane.
And that's what they took Grogu for. That's what they brought Grogu in for, was just to settle down the Rancor.
Well,
That's what he was used.
Settle down, Jimmy. Go ahead. Go to sleep.
as Pittsburgh Dad said, put him to sleep.
Put him to sleep. Yeah, he didn't even get, like, not only that, they spent a whole episode training Grogu how to do flips and jumps, and
Yeah.
the only time he did it was to jump into Mando's arms.
Yeah.
Didn't even use a flip or a jump or anything to, like, escape some, like...
I thought he was going to use the Force. He was going to be like a little badass or something.
Well, he did use the Force for one of the legs, but that's it.
Yeah, well, that was that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, a little leg.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
He
Jim,
should have
did
been
you-
able to crumple the whole thing.
Jim, but you liked the fact that he got hit by the bearing or whatever, right? When it blew off, because like it could have gone anywhere in the planet and it hit the 1 foot tall character that ripped it off, and he was like, "Ah."
It was so dumb.
But wait,
So
we're
dumb.
getting off track.
No, I mean that's we're on track. Question is, because that actually leads up to my next question: is Cad Bane dead?
No.
Well, I mean, the theory is that little red light is still blinking, so...
Yeah, I'm hoping they don't kill a character off that quickly.
Boba Fett didn't do anything right in the series, so how could he have killed Cad Bane? Seriously?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, and also the way it ended, they had to have made the 2 least successful duels in cinematic history. Cad Bane killing a guy who doesn't die, becomes a robot man, and then and then Boba Fett killing Cad Bane who doesn't die and is a robot man. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cad Bane shot a human on the right side of his chest. That's not a killer shot.
I mean,
He shot him in the shoulder. He literally shoots him in the shoulder.
Well, that also means that he shouldn't have died. Like, I think, well, not only that, for him to get, like, the robotics, it's like Fennec Shan. Like, he's probably close to death on a shoulder shot. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So is he not human? He has his heart on his shoulder?
Well, maybe he
I
comes
don't
back
get it.
as, what's his name, from Bounty Hunters. I mean,
His
that's-
heart's literally on his sleeve, Jim.
And you know what? The Tusken Raiders, the weapons that they have, the staffs
Mhm.
that supposedly Boba used to kill him, it has a little like acorn bottom on it with a little spike.
Yeah.
So it's not even long enough to actually go in and kill anybody.
The gaffy stuff?
So
The other side of it is a spear, though.
Yeah.
on the other side, but he stabs him with the acorn side.
Yeah, no, it's not. Did
That's the. Here's the. That's the
Disney's been using that a lot. What's his name from Falcon and Winter
Robert
Soldier?
Rodriguez. Let me
Yeah,
let me
I
state
was
this
gonna
again.
say, that's
Let me state
that
this
one.
again, just for the record. Robert Rodriguez sucks. He sucks.
Yeah, they need
He's
to let
the worst director.
Yeah,
He-
they need to
he-
let
he-
Bryce
he
Dallas
can't- he
Howard
can't-
direct every
He can't
episode.
direct himself out of a Star Wars movie to TV series to out of what paper bag. He just is horrible. Everything he does is horrible. Just horrible.
Mhm.
It's just horrible.
Jim, but tell us how you feel though about it.
It's horrible.
There it is.
Normal. All right, last bit of news. How do we all feel about there being a Wonder Twins movie?
Oh Jesus! I didn't even hear about that.
I feel like it's just pointless. You're taking
Is that their answer to the Marvels?
I don't
They're
know.
gonna Wonder Twins?
It is. They're the most pointless characters in Super Friends. One of them's gonna turn into water. The other one's gonna turn him into ice over and over again. I mean, it's like Wonder Twins are. As long they're gonna have Gleek, I'm sure. Not
I
good.
guess it was on Comic Tom's video this week. They were talking about they were only in live action in the Smallville series, I think, in an episode of Smallville. So we're talking about what, 12 plus years ago, 10, 12 years ago.
And
it
Super
would've been
Friends from the
Smallville?
70s, right?
What's that?
Super Friends is from the 70s, right?
I think so. Right. Because that
that's-
was in the kind of DC was
Was it or was
Like-
it the early '80s?
well, would have been paired with the Hanna-Barbera, right? Super Friends.
Super Friends, I think it was.
Because is that what the super? It was Super Friends with the, or was the superpowers
so
figures off of Super Friends, or was that off of something else?
Wonder Twins weren't in the first season of Super Friends. They were on later. They might have showed up in the second or third season. Because in the first season, it was just the Justice League versus the Legion of Doom. Wonder Twins didn't come until later. It's like Scrappy Doo. They showed up later.
ain't nobody likes Scrappy Doo.
Nobody likes Scrappy Doo. If you do,
Scooby Dum.
you're not a Scooby Doo fan. If you like Scrappy,
No, Scrappy Doo and Scooby Dum. Not great.
terrible.
Let's
It's
see.
like yeah.
So IMDb is saying
I'd rather
that-
see a Mixelplick movie.
Well, Mitzelplick was. Oh, who played Mitzelplick in Smallville? He was great. I don't remember. Now I don't remember.
Well, I remember the Mixel. What the little guy from Scrooged played Mixelplick in something.
Yes. Yeah.
that him?
You're right. It was him. Yeah, he
Yep.
played Mitzelplick. Yep.
So this is saying Super Friends ran from 73 through 86. So
Yeah.
both of those things
Wow.
were great.
Wow.
Yeah, it ran for a long time. And like I said, Wonder Twins was probably halfway through. They showed up.
Oh, that's right. It was produced by Hanna-Barbera. Was based on the Justice League of America. So it would have been on Sunday mornings with Hanna-Barbera. Jim. It wasn't on Saturdays.
Oh.
At least in Philadelphia, it was on Sundays. Because
That's
remember, like Johnny Quest and all the Hanna-Barbera stuff was like right before church on Sunday mornings. We'd have the actual Marvel animated series on Saturdays with gummy bears and crap.
Rainbow Bright and Snorks.
Gummy bears bouncing
Shirt
here and there and
tails.
everywhere.
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah,
another
Shirt
good
Tails.
one. Yep.
Shirt Tails was badass.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they were pretty baller.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get into the second thing. Let's review the Key Collector Top Hot 10
All right.
and how we feel about them going forward. Are these books worth getting or not?
So I'm not really sure if it goes 10 to 1 or if it goes 1 to 10.
It goes top to bottom 10 to 1.
Okay, so our first book for
It even
this
says
week,
it in the description. It's the first line in the description.
Pardon me? Oh, yeah, obviously. So our first book of the week is Uncanny X-Men number 10, First Appearance of Kazar in the Silver Age. This book in a low grade is going for $100, mid grade $300, and the high right now is on uptick $1,000. last week, a 9.2 sold for $3,800, up 92% from November
Yeah,
when it sold
I'm
for
big on this.
2005.
How do you guys feel about this one?
Why is this?
Well,
Have they announced Kazar is going to be in?
I think because there was a dinosaur in the Strange trailer that they're thinking that the Savage Land might be a thing. But either way, it's Savage Land is definitely a place where they can go. I with Sauron and Sheena, and there's some great Savage Land characters that they could definitely Devil Dinosaur, Moon Boy, Moon Girl, whatever they do. There's some good stuff in Savage Land, so I'm definitely high on this book.
And they have a cool story with Wolverine and Apocalypse in Savage Land.
Mm-hmm, they do.
A good Apocalypse.
Yeah, Wolverine has a great story in the Savage Land. Yep, it's a good one.
There's a great little caveat on Key Collector about this particular spec. It said much of what's seen in the trailer is very subjective and should be carefully considered if staking an investment gamble on one issue or another. For example, the unknown character inspiring theories including Adam Brashear, aka the Blue Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Maria Rambeau, Superior Iron Man actually appears to be the actor cast as Kang, who could be an Iron Man variant, but not necessarily the Young Avengers Iron Lad version of Nathaniel Summers. So,
we could do a whole episode on speculation and disappointment. It's viral.
I like this book as an early X-Men book, and I like it as potential for Kazar. Isn't there a ton of Kazar and Doom stuff too? They were in that title together. So I don't know that I like it $1,000 like it, but it
was already there just because it's an early
to begin with.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
but these entry level low grade versions, pick one up if you see one for $100. Why not?
Sure. Great cover too. Great.
It is a great
cover on the cover.
Yep.
All right. So speaking of the Wonder Twins, number 9 is Super Friends number 7.
Yeah.
From what year is this book from? This book is from October of 1977. It is the first appearance of the Wonder Twins, Jan and Jaina. First appearance of Gleek, as mentioned. First appearance of Seraph, a global guardian from Israel. First appearance of Godiva, a global guardian from the UK.
First guardian of chocolate.
First appearance of Impala, a global guardian from South Africa, and the first appearance of Owl Woman, an indigenous global guardian. So they seem like they were.
You got some things going on where you might see all of those characters in a TV show just because it ticks a lot of boxes. You got some global characters, but I'm gonna say from experience over the last 5 years, even when new characters show up on these WB, CW shows, they don't go anywhere.
Sure.
The books don't move. I don't see this going crazy. It'd be a pass for me unless I see one like we were talking about before, Jason. Unless I see one for $1 or $2, I'm not going out of my way for this one.
Yeah, I think that they would have more success with this particular type of character possibly if they did an updated animated series, right? Like that could be as good as Batman the animated series or something along those lines, right? But the DC universe really has shown nothing to aside really from Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, they haven't really shown anything to instill that kind of confidence in people. So
Jimmy, you gonna run out and get Wonder Twins?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Jimmy's on eBay
I was thinking
now.
I'm gonna my ASM 300 so I can go out and grab it.
Jimmy's on eBay right now getting Super Friends 7.
Yeah.
I
was just actually looking through this list. And I'm like, wow, I don't have any of these.
Right.
Okay, so number 8. so I think we're all pump the brakes on Super Friends 7. right?
Yeah, I'm not in on that one. Like I said, unless it's a buck, I'm not going out of my way for super friend. But this is like one of those things where, once you start reading a little bit of news, it's gonna launch in a week. You get a little FOMO, and you're like, all right, fine. I don't see myself getting caught up in this one.
Number 8. One of us on this call has recently got that, and it's not Jim, and it's not me. So number 8 is Vengeance Number 1.
Yeah, I got a couple of
First
them now.
appearance of Miss America, aka America Chavez.
You know what I'm
So-
gonna say to that one? I'm gonna say get number 2, the one with Bullseye on the cover. Get her second appearance. They're like $20.
Yeah,
Cause that one is just too much damn money. It's $1,000 for a 9.8.
yeah.
It's crazy money. Get her second appearance. They're cheap.
This past week, a 7.5 sold for $300.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
I don't even get it because she's not a good character.
She's not a good character. She is a Mary Sue if there was a Mary Sue. Like, she's so overpowered. She could punch anything. She can open up portals in time. You can't beat her. She's ridiculous.
She's like Squirrel Girl.
She's like Squirrel Girl. Yes. In fact, I would love to see her and Squirrel Girl battle to the death, never to be
Yes,
drawn
that would be
again.
great.
That would be
So
awesome.
if she
That
does,
would be something worth seeing.
Yeah.
if she does have legs, if she ends up having legs in the MCU, there is the caveat is that there was only copies ordered by retailers was only 25,000 to begin with.
Wow, that was low print.
so
That's like some of the
Pretty
Spawn
low
books,
print run. Obviously, white cover was going to be difficult.
which
too.
I've seen
So,
a lot of that too. There's a lot of color rub on those.
A lot of
books.
color rub, right? So,
Holy crap, the Diodato variant?
Yeah,
You already mentioned that?
big bunny, 10 grand.
$6,000.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, big money. I've never even seen one. Have you?
pardon me.
I've never even seen one. The Diodato.
You mean in
variant.
person or
In
online?
person? No, I mean I've seen pictures of it. I've never seen one in person.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure I did when it came out.
It's like
The
that.
last time I was at a comic book show,
You saw
I think was 27 years ago. So I definitely have never seen one.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If there's only 25,000 of the A cover, how many are there of the Diodato? If there's 1 in
Yeah.
25,
It doesn't say here if it was a ratio variant or not.
Okay.
I'm assuming it was.
well, you could tell just by the barcode if it's a B or a C. But there is no B cover to Vengeance 1. So it's probably a ratio.
Here it is. Here it is. It was a
1 in 10.
1 in 15.
1 in 15. Okay.
It is a crazy cool cover though.
Yeah, it is a cool cover. That's like that Spider-Gwen Edge of the Spider-Verse. I've never seen that book out in the wild. The one where she's like standing on the wall.
Where she's like kneeling down. you
She's
mean?
like kneeling
Kinda-
down and looking
yeah.
sideways.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in the wild. Just like I've never seen the Filoni out in the wild. I've never seen the Filoni Clone Wars 1. Never seen it.
So what do we think?
I
What do you think
think
about long-term potential
I
here?
think people are crazy, and that book is it's gonna do what Ultimate Fallout's gonna do, and it's probably gonna stick around. But I'm dead set against it. She's not a good character. She's not like Miles Morales. She's not like Spider-Gwen. She's not well written. She's
Yeah.
like Jimmy said.
Yeah.
She's
I mean,
She's
I haven't read enough to know, but you know, if it's an apples to apples comparison, and I'm looking at Miles and Gwen, what they did with one animated movie, let alone not bringing them in a live action yet.
and they will be.
I mean, they're gonna just crush it. And Miles is already his third solo series, and they've had success with the first two. So I believe in him long term.
As far as like a more fleshed out character, and you guys know I'm more invested in it, I still would put my money into Kamala Khan over America Chavez and Riri Williams. I can't stand either of them. They're both like not well crafted characters. It's just like insert minority version of a character, and that it was what they were doing then. They were just like, okay, let's just, here's a Mexican version of Captain America.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it'll be interesting to see because the contracts are long, right? The contracts
Oh,
are
I don't even know,
long
are they?
that these actors are getting, and they're 14, 15 project deals. So now, not that contracts cannot be voided, but it'll be
But we
interesting
also
to see.
saw how that worked too. Remember, Chris Evans was in that one scene in Thor 2, and that counted. You
Yeah,
know?
but he was also in like what 12
Yeah, no, but I'm
full-length
saying
feature
like that one,
films.
like he's walking backwards and he's pretending to be Loki, and that one was like that was a movie, so he made an appearance. So I mean, yeah, she could pop in and out of anything. She could be a cameo. I mean, what's the Tom Cruise MCU deal? Is he a three film deal?
Was pictured his face is being so
His face will just pop up in 3 different films as Iron Man.
he's gonna be the guy from Tropic Thunder. He's gonna be the agent from Tropic Thunder.
My thought, though,
all right.
I mean, I think the book it's got legs. It will. I have nothing to say about it. I'm not a fan, but people will buy this book.
Got a killer Magneto cover too.
And I love that cover. It's a great cover.
All
Yeah,
right,
not a fan.
So number 7, you probably also own this one, Dolph. Doctor Strange #1, first solo
I don't.
series title. Okay.
Rick just bought one, a nice one. He bought like a 9.2 of that book. It is a great cover too.
Incredible. So this week,
Yeah.
listen to this. So Key Collector right now has it at $18 for low grade, 60 for mid, 180 for a high. Okay. Let's talk about some disparity of dollars. So this week, a 9.8 sold for $3,800 and a 7.5 sold for $198.
Wow.
So now I know there's quite a few grades between 7.5 and 9.8.
There's also
that
got to
is
be very low on the census.
$3,602.
Yeah, that's probably the census. If there's only like 5 9/8s and to get one of them, that's probably why. That's what launches
big
that
difference.
stuff, because people are doing their homework. There's only a couple of them.
So this book is from June of 1974.
Yeah, it's a really nice cover too. Let me get my app.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool cover.
Yeah, it's great. Beautiful.
So interesting, Doctor Strange. So aside from his first appearance, we haven't seen his books. I don't think, and maybe you guys think differently, but I don't think I've seen his books do what some of the other characters' books have done. Now I know he wasn't a core Avenger for a majority of this time, but if you look at Thor, if you look at ASM-1, if you look at Hulk 1, Strange Tales, what is it? Is Strange
110.
Tales 1 what?
110.
110. That's a big book, but it's not to the extent of those other characters for sure. So it's interesting to see that certainly the solo titles. I mean, Iron Man 1 from '69 is a much bigger book than Doctor Strange 1.
That's
is,
a great
right?
cover too. I love that Iron Man #1.
Oh,
That's
it's great.
so awesome.
Great.
Yeah, this one, it's not a first appearance of anything. It's a first solo title. I
Yep.
mean, once again, you're asking me, do I want this book? No, I don't. I would rather have that first Dormammu, first Clea. Obviously, you're not affording Strange Tales 110 at this point, but that Dormammu book you can still get halfway decent, mid copies for $100 or $2. That's the book I would get. I think, there's not really, like, Wong is in Strange Tales 110, Nightmare is in 110. I don't know. But yeah, this isn't really, I can't, first appearance of Silver Dagger? I don't know.
That's really the only first appearance.
Yeah, I'm not a buyer on this one.
All right.
But what about you
Jimbo, how
guys?
about you?
Jimmy, you a buyer on this one?
Are you a buyer in Cumberbatch?
You want
I think he's good. I think he's going to be the core of the entire
Going forward,
Multiverse.
he is.
next 6 to 7 years.
Yeah. You're right. He is. He's going to be like the guy at the center of a lot of it. Either him or Wanda.
I think if you can get this book raw in relatively high grade, and you can get it at between
$20
$125 and $200, then buy all.
If you can find this book at a flea market for $1,
Yeah,
You
well,
should
we'll
buy-
see if I can. We'll just see if
yeah,
I
I
can.
mean, you are the guy that will do that.
I need a summer. I
Yeah,
need
it
a
might be in
summer.
the $5 bin, Jason.
I need
$5
some
bid
warmth.
at least.
I need some warmth.
All right, what's
So-
next?
All
What's
right,
number
so
we at
next we
6?
got number 6. It is first appearance of Black Bolt, Fantastic Four, number 46. Now, people love this cover. I'm not such a big fan of this cover. I'm not a giant
I
fan
do
of
like this cover. I mean, it's a Kirby. It is a Kirby book. Yeah, it's definitely a Kirby book. I like because it's just Kirby floating heads. This is classic Kirby cover. I don't know. I have a couple of these. They're not expensive. At least they weren't when I was buying them. I like the book, but it is only Black Bolt's first appearance. It's not Inhumans. It's just
Yeah.
Black Bolt.
Second in Humans. We're talking. This is also going to have a very big range. So $50 on the low end, $150 at the mid grade, $1.1K at the high grade.
Yeah, because there's probably not a lot. Because you're talking, Marvel chipping, red cover. It's hard to get in really super high grade.
Yeah, it's from. I mean, what year is it from?
So
60?
we all know the reason why this is on this list is because they definitely hinted at the Illuminati, and
Sure.
Black Bolt is a member of the Illuminati, at least in comics. I don't know if it translates to movies, but so there you go. I mean, if Black Bolt is a member of the Illuminati, you got your Black Bolt. They could just,
Yeah, they're just I don't know what they're doing.
but they're also
So
saying
wasn't Black Panther a member too?
Black
Obviously,
Panther
that's
is a
not going to
member.
happen.
And they're saying if Peggy Carter is a member, then you're getting rid of an original member. So I think it was like Reed Richards, Namor, Black Bolt, Cap. Who else was on it? I don't remember. Spider Woman,
Professor X.
Professor X. I think that about sums it up.
I saw something that they said that they believe that Killmonger is going to be on the Illuminati,
No way. No way.
and I'm like, why?
No.
Why would he be on there?
Yeah.
For one, he's
It-
dead in the MCU, and even if they bring him in from another universe,
It is.
even if they talk about the What If series, he was still a bad guy. He wasn't a good guy in there.
He's dead. I mean, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
I heard it's going to be Cad Bane.
That would be awesome.
It's gonna be Boba Fett. He's gonna fall asleep in this
I'm
council.
curious if there's enough time between that horrible TV show and now for them to give Inhumans another chance. Because they fumbled that ball so
That
badly.
that series was horrible.
So they might want to get some mutants in there before they start getting back into the Inhumans.
I know I watched the first 5 episodes of that series,
Oh,
and
it's
I
terrible.
don't remember anything about the plot. Besides, what's his name from Game of Thrones turned bad. That's all I remember.
Okay, so here is the original organization.
Illuminati.
So Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, King of the Inhumans, Charles Xavier, founder of the X-Men and mutant right activist, Reed Richards, Namor, which in and of itself, we don't think we would get Namor before
You're not getting
Black Panther
Namor
2.
before Black Panther, correct. But you don't have to fill all the seats either.
Pardon me?
You don't have to fill all the seats either.
That's true.
You
and
technically-
Iron Man,
Yeah, you
Tony
could have
Stark.
Iron Man, Tony Stark, right?
These
Yeah,
6 men
and,
work together for an unspecified amount of time.
Funhouse in the chat is right because it's a fractured universe now. It could be anybody. It could even have Robert Downey Jr. Technically, you just have another version of him.
This is true.
So yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want to. That's the beauty of the multiverse. I
All right.
mean, I love the fact that, and we talked about it a week ago or a few weeks ago. I love the fact that now you can make Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies again, and nobody's gonna question it. It's another universe. It's fine. Go ahead, make Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies again. This is great.
Don't make Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies.
I mean,
again.
I don't want to see them either, but I'm just saying you can anything you want to do, you can do again. But yeah, I know. I don't want to see Andrew Garfield Spider-Man either. All right, what's
Definitely
next?
not the Rhino.
I mean,
Not that Rhino.
am I a player
Jimmy, you know-
for Black
you know
Bolt?
me and
No,
Rhino.
it's out of my price range.
For which one? Number
but
5?
If I found Black Bolt, if I found any Fantastic Four sub 100 at a flea market,
Oh,
I'm
without
probably
a
going to be
doubt.
interested in it.
Yeah,
So-
we can clearly, for anybody who's going to watch this ever, if you see FFs under 100, you should just buy them. If they're reasonably priced, you should just buy them. They're great.
Well,
to have.
essentially, if you see any Marvel Silver Age book under 100 for a reasonable price with a cover attached,
Mhm.
and it hasn't been lit on fire, and it's for a reasonable price, just buy it.
Yeah, I love going to JC Comics, and if I see 15 centers for 50 cents, I just make a pile. Absolutely. He's got them
That's
there
cool.
all the time. It's crazy.
All right.
Number
So,
5.
Number 5, definitely a book that Jimmy and I do not own. Definitely a book that took Dolph an entire flea market year to buy. It is Amazing Fantasy 15. Turns out it's a hot book.
It's a hot book. Was there any
Wonder
doubt it was
why.
going to be a hot book, though?
This week, a 2.5 sold for $55,000.
This was my prediction. This is why I wanted to get the book. I knew this
Hey.
book was going to take off.
A 1.0 sold for $30,000.
Yep.
Dolph, wasn't that one at the? Wasn't that one at the?
Dolph, is yours a
Wasn't that the one
or
at the
0.5?
Comic Con that was like a 5.0 was like going for 32? Isn't that what he was selling it for?
No, we saw a 3.0. We saw a 3.0. He wanted 35, and now a 3.0 is like 55.
Yeah.
So it says in 5.5, the second highest sale posted this week at 115, slightly higher than the 120,000 from January, but 40% higher than the previous established high of 82K in 2021.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Also of interest this week was a sale for a CGC encapsulated cover only of Amazing Fantasy 15. What do we think the cover went for, boys?
I saw this already, so I know the answer. But
Jim,
I
what do you
was
think the
like-
cover went for? Just the cover.
I was like, wow.
$8,000.
That is very close. $7,575.
I saw interior pages, solo interior pages, not even leaves. Solo pages going for 5,500 encapsulated. 5,500 for a page.
I mean, it is a banger, It is the first appearance and origin of the Amazing Spider-Man.
This is-
first appearance and death of Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben got it right from the get-go, and he does in every single movie. Gets it right from the get-go. First appearance of Aunt May. First appearance of Flash Thompson. So, pretty big book.
Big book.
I feel like people have cover swiped this before.
Oh,
I could
yeah.
be wrong.
Yeah, maybe a couple times.
I feel like it's been swiped
Todd McFarlane does one every
100
6
times.
Todd McFarlane does one
Um,
every 6 months.
So, just incredible.
Yeah, Key Collector has definitely been putting more bangers in these top 10 lists. It usually was like more speculation stuff, but now it's been some pretty big books like making its way into these lists.
Yeah, I always laugh when it has the hotkeys this week. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, come on.
exactly. Like who's
Really?
buying? But it's
Jim just gets annoyed when it's Journey to Mystery 83 on the hot keys.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just based purely on sales data, so it's
Yeah.
like he has no control.
So,
You might as well get to
I
number
would
4.
say, Yeah, invest in this one.
If you can, if you can
if you're
find
on,
this
if
one at a
listen,
garage sale,
if you're on a site like Rally or something like that,
Yeah.
where you can buy a share of Amazing Fantasy 15,
yeah,
buy it.
yeah.
I bought 2 shares of Fantastic Four 4 last summer for $8 a share when they secured Doom's first appearance in a 9-2 for 80 grand,
Wow.
and its current market price is like 168. So even though I only bought 2 shares at $8 a pop,
You doubled up.
my $16 is worth about $42 right now. So
There you go.
it's
So you don't get that money back until they sell it, right? Because I'm
no. So there's actually
you can sell
uh,
your share.
there's windows where essentially
Oh, I got
it,
you.
it essentially IPOs, right? And then at certain points in time there'll be a trading window, and
So you can swap out and swap
you
in,
can-
and people can
you
get
can
back
cash
in. I
out,
got
right.
you.
So I've only made 2 investments the whole time I've been on there. I bought 2 shares of X-Men 1
What is it called
Um,
again? Because I'm on the sports card one.
Rally. And Rally does sports cards. They do books. They do watches. They do electronics. They do cars. They actually do wine as well. Like
Yeah, I'll give you the info on mine because they do mostly sports cards, but they just sold like a Gem Mint 10 Roberto Clemente rookie, and they made like 10x what they bought it for. Like it's the
Yeah.
same thing, but it's interesting. I definitely wanted to look at it more because it is interesting.
I bought two shares of X-Men 1.
Yeah, you can't.
I think it was a 9-4 last summer,
can't go wrong.
and it like doubled in like 3 months, and they got an offer. They got an offer for it. Essentially, what happens is if they get an offer, they'll send an alert to all the shareholders, and you can vote yes or no to sell the asset, and it's majority wins. So
Of course.
if majority says sell the asset, then they sell it, and then you
That's really
essentially
cool.
get that cash put back into your account.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So, Jimbo, number 4 is
Number
something
4.
you and I could afford. So, number 4 is Black Panther 1 from the 1998 Marvel Knights series. I think, Jimbo, this is an Assad Ribic cover, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the Dora
I don't
Milaje
know.
book, right?
Oh no, this is I don't know. I think it's a Textura cover actually.
Yeah, it looks like Textura.
Yeah, it's a Textura cover. So this is Shuri is the issue 2 of this series, correct? Is this the series that Shuri the Assad cover?
Is it the volume after this one? Might be
Oh,
the
you might be right.
It
Yeah, I
might be
think
the
you're right.
volume after this one because this is the Dora Milaje.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think it's the volume. I think it's the next volume after this is the first Shuri as Black Panther.
Yeah, so there is a couple of key issues that happen in this series.
Nakia becomes Malice. That's interesting. I didn't even know she was anything beyond what she was. I didn't know she becomes a character. That's kind of cool.
So, what is the speculation going on right here? So, Nakia later becomes Malice. The first appearance of the Dora Milaje, was it Okoye and Nakia? And so there's a speculation that Okoye will appear in an Origin spin-off series, the Wakanda series. So this book is made the list because they had record breakers in multiple grades. So even though it's a $50 high on Raw, 9-4 sold for $197 this week. So not a huge book, but certainly a book that's moving a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Black Panther's a hot title, hot character. You can't ever go wrong with him. He's gonna get
And I really do think that all of those girls are going to play big roles in this next movie.
I also think that because now it seems like some of the family members are behind it, that they're going to recast Black Panther eventually. Like they'll have it's not like Man-Ape becomes Black Panther, Shuri becomes Black Panther. Like I think somebody will be Black Panther, and we'll just forget it all happened.
I mean, these are books I'd like to read anyway because they seem to be pretty great stories too. So
Yeah, definitely.
um, uh, obviously the Marvel Knights runs.
Yeah.
You know, so anyways, that's a book I see for $35 and it's in high grade. I think I'm probably picking that book up.
Yeah,
You know.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
All right, so number three,
Number
we
three.
are right back to Doctor Strange. This is
So this is his first.
kind of Doctor Strange's first solo title. This is the continuation
Well, this is the
of
first time
Strange,
it's called Doctor
Strange
Strange.
Tales
yeah.
when it's called Doctor Strange, right? So this is a
Awesome.
la Hulk 102. This is a la
Yeah.
Thor 126, right?
Right.
So this is when it stops being a previous title and starts being the character's solo title. So
Awesome
Ag-
cover too. I
again,
love this cover.
fantastic cover, right?
Yeah, it's a great one.
This is apparently, I had heard something, this could be wrong, but I had heard this is actually the first time he is the featured on the cover of the book, like, or the sole featured image on the cover. Could
Seriously?
that possibly be correct?
So in the entire run of Strange Tales, he's not on the cover of any of them?
I
That
don't
can't
know.
be. I mean, I can look right now.
I mean, that would be crazy, right? This is 59 issues past his first appearance. So so what's happening here is that the lower grades are increasing in value pretty rapidly, and this is kind of indicative of what happens when when a movie's coming out,
All
right?
right, so first appearance, obviously no Strange.
Yep.
Next one, no. Human Torch, no. Captain America, Sandman. Is that him? I think he might be there. Nope, The Return of the Wizard. He is there. So Strange Tales 118, he's on the cover.
Okay.
He's just at the
Is he?
he's at the
but
bottom.
he's not the featured.
No, he's not featured. He's at the bottom there. So let's see featured. So no. All right, so he's on the cover again. Two more, but he's off to the side, not featured. So Strange Tales is doing funny things. So like, this one is just a split cover. He's on
Right.
the right side,
Sure.
but is at, once again, he's not featured.
Yeah.
It's not like a main cover.
A lot of captions going on in the Strange Tales. Lots of
Yeah.
words.
You know what? This one I would say he's featured. So Strange Tales 130, I would say he's featured.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean,
I
yeah,
would say first time he's one of two main characters, him and Mordo on the
true,
front.
and the Beatles.
And the
And the
Beatles.
Beatles. That is funny. Thing in a bowl cut is hilarious. Man, there are some great covers in Strange Tales, but yeah, then it turns into a Nick Fury book or a Shield book.
So I mean, I really think I think again, if it's a 12 center, we've talked about that, right? It's a first major character in a kind of a solo title, phenomenal cover. So this is not a cheap book. Low end $110, mid grade $490, high 1.4 thousand.
No, it's a
Um,
no-brainer though.
So,
You
but
can find one.
but again, a book that if you were to see it and it was undervalued or was priced, something I've actually seen in the year I've been doing this is this was at a flea market and I got my
You saw this at a flea market?
no.
Oh.
The
Hypothetically?
story though, I got my my Marvel Superheroes 20, my
Mhm.
Doom cover. I got that for $22 because the fella had books that he had graded like 2 years before. He wasn't a comic books were not his thing, and he had graded them several years before and was just selling off inventory that he had. So, you can. There's still going to be those occasional cases like that where
Sure.
probably not at any conventions or anything like that, but I think even Erod had on a recent video. I think he said that somebody had their books priced from the year prior, hadn't done a show yet or something like that, and so
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, I mean, you're just gonna get.
I mean, Jimmy, remember that guy from Jake's who had that box of X-Men by his truck?
Mhm.
I mean, those are probably reasonably priced now. But he was way overpriced 2 years ago.
I know exactly who
You
you're
know
talking
the guy.
about.
He
The
sells
one
all
time I had gone.
He sells
there
all
was this-
sports cards, and on the floor next to the bumper of his van, he's got 2 boxes. One, he's got some Silver Age X-Men and some Avengers in there, and the other one is not much. I don't remember there being anything in the other box, but he was asking a lot of money for them.
Yeah, the braces were sky high.
He had an Alpha Flight in there. He wanted like $300 for. I was like, it's like one where you know, like I did when I walked into that one place. You see the price, you're like, nope, I already can tell this guy's way overpriced.
All right, so I think we're all in agreement. If for some
If you
reason,
see one, buy it.
if some reason,
Yeah, this is a good investment.
number 2 is Daredevil number 2, and this is obviously
Is
a
that
function of
Electro? First,
Daredevil
second
1
Electro?
being- pardon me.
Is this second Electro?
It is
Yeah.
second appearance of Daredevil, second appearance of Electro.
I gotta open up my app again.
First crossover of Matt Murdock and the Fantastic Four after the team hires him as their lawyer.
I think that this one peaked already. I would wait a little while before I buy this one. This
Well,
one's
listen to this. A 8.0 sold for 2,800 this week and only 1,440 in December. So I think this is people just
yeah, but that's
chasing.
coming off the hype of the movie.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I think this is people chasing
Yeah, they're chasing Far From Home, No Way Home.
No Way Home. I think they're chasing Daredevil 1, right? Like thinking that there's
Yep.
going to be so much heat behind the second appearance. You saw this right away with, oh my God, the Ghost Rider second.
Oh yeah, hmm
Spotlight 6. You saw
which were really undervalued.
was
for a
really undervalued,
long
right?
time. But yeah,
And I got mine severely undervalued too.
I don't even have
but-
one. Look at you, Jason. You're amazing.
But it jumped way out, right? And then it's not. I wouldn't say it's retracting, but it's certainly stabilized, right? Like you're not gonna.
yeah, but as soon as they announce whoever for Ghost Rider,
yeah.
that book's gonna explode.
Yep.
So
So-
yeah, there's highs and lows and
Yep.
peaks and valleys. I would wait 6 months on this book and wait for it to come down in price or just plateau. This one's not going to stay on that trajectory. It's double heat, so there's a double key here. It's second Daredevil and second Electro,
Yep.
both that were just featured in a major movie. It's not a good time to buy this book. No way. I would wait 6 months and it'll plateau or go down.
Yeah, I can't imagine what you could have gotten this book 18 months ago for.
Don't me to tell you?
It's crazy.
I could open up GP analysis and tell you exactly what it sold for 18 months ago.
And then number 1,
Hold on. So
is-
what is number 1? What is going to be the hottest book right now? I'm trying to think. Is this coming off of Oh,
I'll tell
I
you
know
one
what
thing.
it
I'm
is.
not excited about it.
I know what it is. Oh yeah, exactly. So it's Madam Web. It's got to be Madam Web.
It is Amazing Spider-Man 210, Adam Webb. That is correct. So the high grades are going just straight up bonkers, right? Like Key Collector has the high grade at 165, but this week a 9.6 sold for 800. Last week the same, not necessarily the same copy, but last week sold for $725.
She was
And this
cast
is
though, right? This is an official casting.
for writers of Morbius have reportedly been tapped to write a Madam Web movie, February 22.
And Dakota
Dakota
Johnson is
Johnson has
Madam
been
Web.
cast as Madam Web.
So it's official. It's happening. Jimmy's not thrilled about it. It's happening. So I mean, this is going to be one of those.
This
If you
is
believe,
number one because there was records in 6 different grades this week.
yeah, if you're on board with this character, then yep, you got to get in now because
Pretty incredible though. This is a book that's already generating steam where you can have it in lower mid grade and it's still $100. It's still $100 book. So
mhm,
newsstand this week, a 4.5 sold for $103. That's up 87% from November.
yeah. It's funny though because I would think a lot of people were in when they were thinking that Madam Web was going to be in No Way Home a long time ago.
Well, I think there was a boon and then a
Yeah, it's
plateau,
definitely
and then didn't experience the same dip that a lot of books do. And I think some of that is just the staying power of ASM, right? Like it didn't.
This is like one of those things though where don't you think our excitement about a character possibly being in a book and it never turned out that way, that they were like, oh well, they like Madam Web, let's make a Madam Web thing, when I
mean,
think it was just us chasing the spec and nobody's really a Madam Web fan. I never really
I don't know the answer to that. I just think in general, you see ASM books, maintain a little bit better than other properties
oh yeah,
do.
for sure, for sure.
I mean, I think the one exception is maybe the crazy fluctuation of 361 of Carnage, and that was just like a that was the speculative wave of the movie, and then the gut punch reaction to the movie, right? So, but that book has stabilized, and that is still an amazing character that's always gonna be worth money.
So as an investor, I'm gonna say since she's been cast in the movie, now is the lowest you'll see it.
Yeah,
And
probably.
if you don't get one now, it's gonna cost you a lot more later. So
Yeah, I would say
And-
if you can.
I would say if you believe in the character, then get it now. If you don't, then don't bother.
Yeah, and
stay away.
I would think if you can find it graded high at a reasonable price,
Yeah, sure.
that you could pull the trigger. I know that this is a character that's down the line, but we also have to remember that if you find this raw and you don't get it submitted right away, it's going to be an 8-month wait to get it back. And so, if you get it back and you get disappointing results, then you're screwed at that point, right? So
Isn't that what everything's been lately? Disappointing results.
that is correct. I mean, I don't know if we want to discuss that really quick. My conversation with CGC this week about
Sure. I mean, we hit the top of the list, so there it is.
yeah. So this week had my credit card charged for books that I submitted in, I guess, June. Usually that gives you some reason for excitement once you finally essentially spent the money on your grading. That means your books are at least shipping. So when I talked to the CGC representative as Dolph this week, they informed me that without Dolphin, you tell me if we're wrong. You got no correspondence as a customer.
Nope.
In the last month.
Nothing
right?
saying that we tried to charge your card and we couldn't. Please update your card information and give us a call back. Nothing.
But nothing about policy changes, right, or anything like that. So,
No.
so the customer service representative I talked to on I guess it was Monday afternoon said that they have adopted a new accounting software, and they are now trying to clear thousands and thousands of cards on file for books that they are not going to ship. So they're looking to charge cards now in batch transactions because due to their backlog, they have found that many transactions are either trying to get charged against expired cards because books were submitted so long ago that cards have expired. There is no credit limit left on the card, which was my scenario, and cards have been fraudulent cards or whatever, so they're no longer active cards. So I said,
But is that a penny charge? Because that's something like gas stations do. They'll charge a penny to make sure that the card is still active.
well, you might say that, right? But I got
Yeah.
charged for
Oh, you
all
got charged
three.
the full amount. That's right.
All three. So I got charged $518.60 this week, $98.40, and
Oh,
33
and I didn't even
$33.
I didn't even get charged for mine.
$33. So I got charged. What was that? Well over $600 this week.
Actually,
$650.
I just paid that bill. I should look if there's a CGC charge on there.
Yeah, so $650. I was charged this week, and I said, okay, so are my books? My books. I said, well, let me follow up that question by asking you. I haven't seen any movement in the system in terms of changes, and he said, oh, well, yeah, well, you wouldn't see that because you're not your books haven't gotten to that stage yet. And I said, oh, okay, so you had told me that there was no change in the policy to when you're charging the cards, and now you're saying there is. And he said, we're trying to adopt this new system, and there was no effort to tell me what kind of a system that actually is. Does that mean they're going to charge?
Yeah, and I told you that's illegal. You can't do that.
Once they get halfway through your submission window.
So if it'd be one thing if they were charging you half the amount.
Yep.
Once it reached a stage, but you can't charge the full amount without the services being complete. You have to complete the transaction, which means that unless the books are being shipped, you cannot charge the full amount. That is not legal.
So he told me that I could still anticipate having to wait. So my modern books that were shipped in June and were finally received on October 14th, he said that I could use their estimated calculator of 146 days to start that from October, whatever I just said, October 12th.
Yeah.
And so that my books were more than likely shipped the third week of April. So so that's where we're at. And that I would have to wait the additional time for the what do you call it? Not modern, not standard economy books. I would have to wait the additional amount of time for the economy, and I have to wait the additional amount of time for the magazine tier.
That one magazine,
yeah.
I'm hoping for at least over an 8.5 on that book.
I think so. I mean, it was.
Who knows, Jason? Who knows?
Who knows?
What I've learned now is that I can't even. I thought I was a good grader. Apparently, I didn't know anything.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of people's books come back now, and they're not what they anticipated, or sometimes they're coming back a little higher than they anticipated.
I forgot what's his name. Was it Journo? He said he had a 9.6. He's like, there is no way this book's a 9.6. This book is a 7.5. And he's showing all the damages all over it, encapsulated in that case. Yeah. And he's like, this is just, they're so inconsistent. He's like, I'm glad I got a 9.6, but I can't sell this as a 9.6 because anybody looking at it will see that it's like an 8.0 easy.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's
CGC's a bunch of clowns over there.
Yeah, it's really it is really perplexing because you want to have confidence. They are continuing when you're on hold. They're continuing to tell you about how they're amazing, that they are the industry standard, that they're world-class services and quality. are the gold standard, and kind of hard to think that that's true when
So we
you
just got a question in chat from Rafaust Comics. Do you think they're putting newer received books in front of books sent? Yes. I know that I just did a submission that it was yours, Jason, wasn't it?
yeah
That it went through faster than anything I'd ever seen before, and it passed all of our stuff. And you did standard. Everything was standard, right?
well, no, it was even modern. It was
Modern.
yeah.
Modern.
But
So yes,
but
his
then we
books
also had-
his books jumped in front of everybody's, and he got
Yeah.
them back in 5 weeks.
35 days, 40 days,
Yeah, it was
something like that.
it was ridiculous. And I
Now,
have
now we weren't happy with the grades.
no, we weren't happy with the grades, but I have fast track stuff in there
Yeah.
from last summer, and I haven't gotten it back yet.
Yep.
I think there's some growing pains now too, because they're trying to expand. They're
Absolutely.
training new graders, and they're not good. They're very inconsistent, and we're getting some really bad results lately.
And it is interesting to see the juxtapose too, right? So this last batch I got back, we got my Turtle Adventures 1 came back at 8.0 with almost no visible,
I just cut it out, and it looks fantastic.
almost no visible issues, right?
Nothing.
And then I have right here, I have my Hulk, I have my Hulk 377 newsstand, right? And this got a 9.6, and I don't know that you can see it, but there are 3 or 4 spine ticks that you can certainly see in there. Now the corners on this are good, but if you look on the back, there's actually a small
Oh, I see
corner
it.
crease here as well, and this got a 9.6.
You'll never be able to sell that as a 9.6.
And we got, I mean, my one static one came back a 9.4, and you could practically shave with it. It was that sharp. So I don't, no grading notes, no nothing. So what are you gonna do?
Resubmit. That's what they want you to do. A lot of these guys, they'll just resubmit it like 3 or 4 times until they get the number they want. And it's all over the place, like 9.0, 9.6, 9.0,
Sure.
9.2,
And
9.8. And you're like, all right,
you know,
I'm good.
You can wait 2 years if you submit a book twice, and what for?
But if you
the only
believe
ones
in it
making
that
out.
much, the difference between a 9.0 and a 9.8 is many, many dollars.
Well, depending on the book, right? Yeah, if you're looking at a book, that the difference between a 9.0 and a 9.8 is $100, then it's not worth submitting twice. You're going to spend almost $60 in between A and B, right, to get it from a 9.0.
Yep.
Now, that Turtles book, I want to resubmit because the newsstand, there's a huge difference between an 8 and a 9 even, and there's every increment beyond that. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but it certainly makes me hesitant to grade books.
Q2 said, I tried to do a number 2 but missed the bowl. Resubmit. You get it higher the next time. I don't know. It's a crapshoot right now. I think until the grow guys have got some experience under them, that there's definitely going to be some inconsistencies now since they've expanded their grading. They've hired a lot of college kids who they just don't give a shit. And this is what we're seeing.
Yeah, and I was hoping, the one thing I've heard on a lot of unboxings online is that there is the lack of graders notes is ridiculous, right? And you and I talked about this.
Half of your submission had them, half of them.
Yeah.
And they're saying graders notes with everything now, and you don't have to pay for them, which it used to be ridiculous that you had to pay $9 to see your graders notes.
Sure.
But yeah, it's
the idea
ridiculous.
that they're charging you for a service, right? They're charging you $22, whatever is $23 a book. This service is grading your comic book. I know there's the encapsulation portion as well, but they are evaluating it. So they are recommending a grade based on, a generally agreed upon set of standards for blemishes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why it's not required of them to write what those blemishes are, that takes it in reverse from a 9.8 to a 6.0, 7.0, 8.5, whatever the case may be. They should be required to write those things down, because then you, first off, can get better at grading, and second off, you can compare it against those generally agreed upon standards, right? I can say there are 3 spine ticks, there is a corner crunch, there is this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, this is why also I'm starting to think that you should take advantage of their grading or their pressing service, because then it's all on them. They goes through them, they press it, they give it to the next guy. Like I don't know, because all the introduced spine ticks from the stuff that I sent in were perfectly flat, and then they come back and they're slabbed and there's 4 spine ticks, and I was like,
Sure.
I did not send them that way. I
Yeah.
Not only that, I go from the top, like I press a book and I put it in this way, so there is no spine tick. I don't touch the spine.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this, just happen to have them close by. This static, the one that came back in 8.5, this is the one that they apparently removed from the poly bag that we didn't send it in.
Yeah.
There are this book you could crack and press, and I'm sure you could actually, I bet you could probably get a 9.8 out of this book, but there are small dimples like throughout, as though somebody was pressing a pencil point or something along that lines, or they put something that had, a dimpled pattern on it on top of this book. And I know that you would not have missed 35 dimples from here to here.
That's not your book.
Yeah, it's just incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, I don't either.
No recourse, and it's really frustrating. So, I think for me, it's just going to make me hesitant to grade books,
Or just have no expectations. Just say, all right, I'm going to send these 10 books out. I'm going to do a pre-screen. Maybe that's the route you go, and say anything under a 9.4, just send them back and charge me the $8 or whatever it is. They raised the price on the pre-screen too, didn't they?
Much more discerning, like, about when I'm submitting books that I either want to encapsulate for my own personal collection and save, or books that if I buy a collection, I know, and it's a heavy hitter, that I know the grade's going to matter to the people that I might sell it to. Those are the books I'll grade, and then
Yeah.
I'm less apt to grade lesser books.
Yep. You want to get to mail call? What did we get?
Yeah, 'cause I think we're losing Jimbo.
We're losing Jimbo big time.
Sorry guys, I've been getting up. I'm finding out that I'm actually a morning person.
Oh, now you're a morning person, are you?
Well, I'm telling you, it's a strange thing. I've been having trouble trying to get like artwork done and stuff. So my wife was like, "Babe, you stay up for no reason." Like, I was staying up till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm just sitting there like zoning. So she's like, "Come to bed early and wake up earlier." So I tried it out one day, and I felt like a new man. Like, I woke up at 5:30 and I was ready to go. So I don't know.
It's a real Aladdin situation, a whole new world.
Yeah, I'm trying to get ahead of the curve. I'm sure my wife has been texting you too about things here, so just trying to get stuff done. But anyway, I did get an interesting mail call this week. Not anything that's on anybody's radar, I'm sure. But you know me with my getting the options from Netflix books. I picked up this one called Bone Parish.
Yeah, I know Bone Parish. Cool.
So I got number 1, 2 different covers. I bought them together. I think they were 15
That's good.
together. So it was a pretty decent buy. And those Boom Studios titles are
Yeah.
getting bought up by Netflix left and right. So I decided just to get the two, and the story definitely sounds like something they would make a series out of. So
Yeah, I think that they are making it, right?
yeah,
I was keeping my eyes on, Nocturna, obviously, that Scott Snyder book was optioned. Everybody knew that. But Oblivion Song was another one, and that wasn't printed a lot of. That was a very low print, and if you didn't get the number one, you weren't getting a second print. I don't think they made a second print. So there's another good ones that got picked up, good options. You get anything else?
that was the only two. That was the only thing I got in this week.
Jason?
I've been taking a real slight break.
You got a mail call from me this week, right? Didn't you get your mail call from
No,
me?
technically that was last week.
That was
Jason.
last week? Did we miss
we,
that one?
we didn't talk last
We didn't
week.
have a
so-
video
I know.
last week.
I don't have them upstairs. I actually put them all the way. I already put them in order.
Dolph, did
I
you
got
get
quite
your
a few. I got quite a few really good issues from Jay.
Did you give Dolph his button books?
No, I haven't seen Dolph yet.
No, I still haven't
Person.
given him your Deadpool. I still have it right here.
Oh, that's
Me and Jimmy will have a meeting sometime soon. You got anything,
maybe-
Jason?
I spent a grand total of $10 this week.
$10.
So went to an indoor flea market. So picked up 7 books for $10. So got this Killer Moon Knight cover.
Great.
Not a huge book, but just a freaking rad cover. It really looks like the Moon Knight we see from the Moon Knight
Yeah.
trailer.
Who did that
too.
cover? Is that a Finch cover, Jason? Is that
It,
Finch?
might,
Finch
it does
cover,
look like
yeah.
Finch,
Yes,
actually.
Finch coverage. So it was just it was a
Excuse
cool
me.
book. It was $2 for this one. I got this for $1. So this is that second appearance of the Sinister Six.
40 years later.
But it got hot. It was like a $25 book or something like that, and actually sold my copy only to after I sold my copy decide maybe I wanted to try and collect 200 through 400 of ASM. So that's what I'm working on right now. Then I got a couple of these are, again, that was $1. This one was $1.50. I got another first full Midnight Suns still poly
Is
bag.
that the one that's signed, Jace?
This is not. So I got 2
Oh, yeah,
copies.
that's right. You
This
did have
one
one
was
signed.
also $1.50. And then I bought this one was $1.
Nice.
And then when I got it
Oh, there it
home, I
is.
realized
There
it
it
was
is.
signed by Adam Kubert.
Nice.
Now he signed 10,000 of these, so I'm
That's-
assuming his wrist is.
That's what my
bionic
Bob
now.
Kane Nightfall one was, 10,000 signatures.
What was it?
My Bob Kane Nightfall, the
Yeah,
the
I'm
Bane book.
assuming that he had to replace. He had to have wrist
10,000.
replacement surgery after this.
It's a lot of
Pretty
books.
cool though. I love that fact that the signatures in silver Sharpie and then the numbering is in gold Sharpie. I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty cool, and in the black space, and it was $1. So great.
That's probably because somebody was he would sign it and then he would slide it over and the other person
Yeah,
would number it.
exactly, right. Keep going, I'll be right back.
And then got Midnight Suns Darkhold also for $1.
It's a pretty cool cover too.
Yeah. So
Who did that cover?
this is. I think you've told me who this is before. It's a P Jim. That's not Protasio, is it?
No,
The symbol here.
it's not a Palmiotti, is it?
I don't know.
Maybe
I'd
it
have,
is.
I'd have to look. So, Dolph and I were talking before it jumped on. He's not a believer in the
Midnight
Darkhold.
Suns?
The Darkhold is a book.
Oh,
So,
okay.
He's not a believer of books. So, but I think most things are trending towards Cthulhu. So, we know the Darkhold is going to be a part of Multiverse
Multiverse.
of Madness for sure. So, for $1, what I was saying to Dolph was, if I could buy 3 books for less money than my medium iced coffee at Dunkin', then I'll probably just pick up the books
True.
and drink coffee from home.
True.
And then this one I was just like, they just had a huge Spider-Man run from the 90s, and I just checked Key Collector. I can't remember who the first character is in this, but it's a Morbius. It's a Morbius tie-in to some extent. And it was in great shape, so pretty cool cover too. So
That's cool.
again, for $1, I was gonna pick it up. So that's my $10. I didn't even pick up my books at the at my LCS this week, which will cost more than $10 because I think there's 3 issues there. So
Nice.
And Dolph put aside what two Adam Hughes covers for me?
Elektra and Black Widow were both Adam Hughes this week.
There is a third one out there.
I didn't see a third one.
I forgot what it was though, but it's another Adam Hughes cover.
He's been doing a lot lately. More covers than I've seen him do in a long time. So
Yeah,
he's been
seemed to be
busy.
on hiatus for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
just dropping a ton.
he's got a ton of variants coming out. Just a ton of variants.
So I got some sketch cards again. These are from Cajun Kaholi Art on Etsy. So I bought this one. So this is a Spider-Man sketch card, and he gave me this one for free. So this is a Miles sketch card, and then I got this one straight from Mother Russia. This came a long way. Registered
Mother
mail
Russia.
from Russia. This is a really cool card. Nice Asajj Ventress. This is actually watercolor. It's like gouache and like marker. Really nice.
She looks a
Nice.
little like she's got an afro.
This is great. Oh yeah, you know what? It kind of does because of the gray in the back. Yeah,
It looks like she's got a George Jefferson afro. where she's
yeah.
going
Or she
bald in
looks like
front.
Shona from Last Dragon, like all forehead.
Son of
So I bought 2 cases of 2022 Series 1, 2 jumbo box cases. So I have 12 jumbo boxes of 2021 Series 1, all for this guy right here. This is, everybody's chasing after the Wander Franco rookie. This is the first one I've pulled out of the first jumbo box. These are already going for like $25. Somebody just sold, so I guess they fast-tracked it to PSA. It came back at 10. Because it was the first 10 out of PSA of that card. They sold it for $14,000 already.
That is insane.
It's gonna only because it was the first one off the line that was from PSA 10.
Right, but
That is insane.
meaningless.
And not only that, there's nothing to show. Well, I guess there is because the number would show when it was, but there's nothing to show really when it was.
And also, it doesn't matter once the population report. What's
Yeah,
more good grade?
so somebody actually did the math, and there are going to be 755,000 Wander Franco rookies printed. So, and not only that, they're all packed fresh. How many of them are going to be pop 10s or 10s? A good amount.
Is that his first? When's his first Bowman?
It's his rookie. His first
Okay.
Bowman is 2019 or 2018.
Okay.
But
So that's his first
those don't
Topps
go
card,
for a
though.
lot. The Bowman paper, even the Bowman chromes go for like 300 in the PSA 10. Bowman paper, I have 2 PSA 10 Franco papers. They're like $100, $120. They're not a lot.
Interesting.
So then I got 3 of these. This is another spec of mine. I have a feeling that with the Ahsoka Tano TV show, we are going to start seeing Sabine Wren, Ezra Bridger, and I think I got 3 of these. First appearance of the Grand Inquisitor, Darth Vader number 6. I got 3 copies. Same guy. I'm really high on this book. It's already climbing a little bit. $100. $100 for a decent near mint copy for
Climbing
raw.
a lot of bit.
What's that?
So it's climbing a lot of bit.
Yeah, it's
for,
climbing a lot of
the
bit.
Short term.
So yeah, try getting them now because it's gonna be too late once that dude is.
Is that his first full or is that his first cameo? Because
First
the
full
Kanan
appearance.
book has a
First
Has-
full appearance.
okay.
So Kanan 1 is not. It's a cameo of a lot of people.
Right, but
cameo of even
that's the Kanan book they're talking about.
right.
Kanan 12. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, cameo.
Right.
So that's first full. Yep. And so I'm doing this. This is a bit of nostalgia for me. When I was a kid, my dad, he really got me into Mars Attacks cards. The 1962 Bubble Incorporated Mars Attacks set.
Interesting.
So I have been buying singles, trying to put the set together of my own. My dad has a full set. So I have been buying some decently, conditioned Mars Attacks cards like these.
And they're from 62, you said?
62, yeah.
Is it a Topps product?
It is a Topps product. And yeah, these things they're so cool. The artwork it's like one of those, it's a memory, it's a thing with my dad. Actually, for I think it was his 50th birthday, I bought him the checklist, which is the rarest card because all the kids mark the checklists up. If you could find a checklist without being marked up, they go for a lot of money, like thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's crazy.
Checklist marked up, $100. Checklist not marked, $4,000.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's a 50 raw.
What?
Checklists go for a lot of money for those 50 sets. Even like that 60s Batman set, if you could find the checklist without being marked up, they go for a lot of money. Even baseball.
Looks like I'm looking for
cards,
new stuff at the flea market.
Checklists, if you can find mint checklists unmarked, they're worth money.
The checklist for the Marvel Series 1 actually is a more expensive card than most of the characters.
But it's weird when you got those 90s cards because people didn't really mark them up to check them off. But
yeah,
about
I think
those,
probably from something like the Marvel properties, it was probably just maybe discarded, because they weren't considering.
Right. But then you go to
valuable.
you go to the Star Wars Series 1, the blue framed ones, and the checklists there go for really good money because I know I checked up my ET checklist to fill up that ET set when I was a kid. What was that 83, 82, 83? Jason, were you even born in 82?
Yeah,
you were.
I was born in 82. See, but Jimmy and I, our parents, for their business, we already had a photocopier in our house when we were in 86, so we didn't do crap like that. So we just make a paper photocopy or enlarge the checklist, and you could just do it on the paper.
So you're the kind of estate sale we all want. You kept your checklist intact because you had photocopies.
That's right.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Other than I do have for the channel we are doing a giveaway for subscribers only, so you have to be subscribed. I've been telling everybody on the videos I've been putting out. We are doing a giveaway I did get my John Tyler Christopher Boba Fett. I got 3 of them. I'm giving one away.
Is Jimmy eligible?
Yeah, subscribers are eligible if you're subscribed. So these are going for $75 now. I got mine for $22 shipped. But yeah, I grabbed 3 of them. So one of them will be a subscribers. I'm giving away a Doctor Strange 81.
Hey, look at that.
First appearance of Rintra.
Yeah.
The Minotaur. He's definitely in the trailer. We've all seen it. And
that's you're doing better giveaways than some of the channels that for 20,000 subscriber giveaways.
Another giveaway. Since I was so lucky, I'm going to give back to the community because I did do well with these. A Moon Knight #2, first appearance of Arthur Heller. I'm going to give one of these away too. And Jimmy, you're also getting one of these.
What is this, the 500 subscriber giveaway?
No, this is just I'm feeling generous.
Oh, wow.
So you need to be a subscriber, and details will be coming. We'll probably do the only card. That sucks. Refaust Comics opened up 2 boxes of 1990 Marvel Series 1 when they came out. The only card he didn't get was the checklist. I might even have one. I gotta look.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's brutal. But anyway, those 3 books I'm giving away. I'll have details probably during our live videos.
Opening up some mystery packs that we picked up online.
Who's that?
I have no idea.
Somebody's watching a video. Is that you, Jimmy? Okay.
We'll have to see.
That was you. That was you, Dolph.
That was me?
That was you, but it doesn't sound like you at all.
No, it never does.
Wow.
Anytime I
have to
replay
we'll have to
myself,
see. Jim, you have to see if so you had a bunch of Marvel Series 1, and then I gave you all those doubles. You have to see if if you have doubles of the checklist, and maybe we can help this guy out.
yeah,
I'll look.
I'll look if I have doubles of the checklist. In fact,
because
my
I gave
the box
Jim.
of them is right over there for the flea market. All my
Jimbo, you should lot up all those Marvel cards and put them on eBay too.
you should.
I
know a
did
guy-
you give me more than what I have in my book?
Oh yeah, I gave you almost a full set of Series 1.
God, where?
They're in a like a 200 and
Yeah,
one
one of those
300
little
count
boxes.
box.
Yeah.
So there should be, you have doubles from Series 1 and Series 2 in there.
I remember some guy bought up all my 1990s. I got tons of 91, but not Series 1. Like they were
Yeah, the 91 were still commanding good money too.
Yeah, like $1 and $2 for most of the guys were the 1990 set. Excuse me, was like $5 to $10 for like a Venom or an Apocalypse or
Yeah.
they were good money. Yeah, and then the Stan Lee's ridiculous. I think I sold my last one though. $40 I think I got for it.
I have 2 really clean Stan Lees still.
Yeah, I want to get I want to get a lot of stuff graded. It's not funds and patience. It's easier to deal in raw.
You don't want to spend $150 to get your Stan Lee card graded?
Well, I wouldn't go through PSA anyway. I would go through SGC because I think it's $17 or $25 a card. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
If your card's gonna be worth something in the end.
They got a pretty. What is the new grading company that has those really pretty rad labels?
That's
Is that
HSG
or
something like that.
Yeah.
They are really nice. You could choose
Yeah.
custom colors or the color of the card, and they'll do the palette around that. They're pretty.
Yeah.
But I also heard that some stuff's happening with them now. Like the grading is. Nobody can do it well. It's like there's always a problem. But yeah, I heard there's some issues with them.
Well, gentlemen, next week, hopefully have heard back about this big collection.
Oh yeah.
It'll be March next week, so hopefully I have some news on that. And if we do, then in the next 2 weeks, and it's good news, in the next 2 weeks, we won't do an unboxing, but I can do a show and
That'd be cool.
Next week I can show you what Jason sent me last week.
Nice. And for anybody that's not signed up, New High Auctions, the site is live. I can now take credit cards. It's I just have one auction up there. I'm probably gonna move it back though. It's currently in April or March. I think I'm gonna move it to May just because it's the only time I can get advertisement in Beckett magazine. They were sold out for April and May, or March and April. So I'm gonna get a 3rd page ad in Beckett sports cards for May.
When can folks buy buttons, Dolph? And where? When and where?
Well, I mean, because of my son's golf league now, it won't be until mid-May. That's yeah. Unfortunately, I won't be at the flea market in April as planned, and because Meadowlands is Saturdays only. And unless I could do that, Jimmy. I could just do 6 to 10:30, and just try to get out of there. It won't be easy.
No, but I think
We also have to talk about March 26th, if that's a possibility for the three of us.
What's March 26th?
Big Apple Comic Con. Go
Oh.
see a little Assad Ribic.
Oh yeah. Is that Saturday and Sunday?
I think it's just Saturday.
Well, I can always get to it later. No, actually, I can't.
Well, when does Nick start golf? In April?
No. Yes, no, that's right. It's April 4th or something like that, or
Yeah,
April 6th.
so-
Yeah, I'll be
So I
available
could
in March.
I could actually be there March 26th too. I can come that weekend. So
Cool.
it's a possibility.
Cool.
We could always hit up the flea market on the way too.
Well, I'll probably be selling, and then I'll meet you at the show. I would like to start selling in March, just because I have a lot of people like waiting to see me. And getting
Oh,
a
I'm
lot-
sure you've got a
texts.
lot of stuff to sell.
I do, and nothing is. I haven't priced anything. I am so behind. Especially comics. Like I'm gonna bring all this Archie stuff that's down here on the other side of this table. All those little Lulus, those '60s little Lulus. A lot of this Star Wars stuff I'm gonna sell off in bulk. I got so much to go through.
Product to move.
I got product to move. A lot of it.
It's a good problem to have.
It
I
is a
am-
good.
I am thinking about that as well now that I'm a business, whether I want to hold on to stuff like this, or do I just want to move on from it? You know,
Yeah, but
Cat-
so that's all about timing. It's absolutely the wrong time to move on from that.
yeah,
In a
cash,
year-
cash.
Yeah, next year in summer 2023, when that Ahsoka show comes out,
Yeah,
that's when you move that book.
yeah,
You're like, bye, bitches.
yeah. I mean, I got these for $12.
Did you
Um,
really?
Yeah,
That Kanan book selling for like $200 now.
yep. I got them for $12 total. So this is, what is this? 6, 8, 10, 11, and 12, I guess.
It's awesome, man. Yeah, I have a couple of those I should get graded. I just
Not this one's not perfect. I would say it's probably, I would say it's probably a 9 maybe, but not for $2.
yeah, it's great. Oh, Joe never popped on. He said he was gonna.
You probably haven't sent him a 5,000 count back to sing.
No, he texted me around 9 o'clock. He said he's just gonna drop his daughter off at work and he'll be on, but I guess not. Anyway,
Well, we better let Jimbo hit the rack.
yeah, man, we lost him. We lost him 2 hours ago.
I know he's making a comeback now, but he needs to kick it.
One of
Thanks
these weeks
everybody
we'll
for the
get.
comments tonight.
What's that?
Thanks for the comments tonight, everybody. It was cool to have some.
yeah. The chat
crowd
was
participation.
lively chat tonight. That's nice.
We want to at least talk real quick what we want to talk about next week.
What do we want to
So
do
we
next week? Do we want to do our movies list? I actually started re-ranking it after you guys. You should use that.
You know what, Dolph? I actually started. I have my top 100 from 2013 here, so I started inputting them into the
Into
thing,
the flick
and I'm
chart?
finally able. Because for a second there, I think is it still up? It might still be up. No, it's not. It's not up anymore. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like Ace Ventura was my number one for a little while there.
Wow.
And not because it's one of my
Wow.
top 400, but because that
Because you haven't ranked anything up higher yet.
I haven't ranked
Yeah.
anything up with it. So
Yeah.
it's like,
It takes time. Like I mean, I don't know if what was I up to, like 7,000 times.
I've been
I ranked.
entering. I've been just searching and entering all of my top
That's
100
the
and then
best way
starting
to do it, is to like do that and say I want to rank this movie, and then you do like, all right, let's start ranking all the movies I haven't ranked yet, and then you'll just start picking movies. But it takes
Well,
it takes time.
we already know that Dolph's number one movie is
Dune?
What's this Sacha Baron Cohen movie?
Borat.
Borat is his number one movie of all
Just because
time.
Borat's better than Dune, it's still like in the it's still in the 400s. I like Borat. I laughed a lot more during Borat than I did at Dune. We were supposed to laugh during Dune, right?
You're actually killing him. Dolph.
I know.
You're-
I'm aware.
You're trying.
Oh, I'm well aware.
You're trying to kill him at this point.
That's why I'm going to drag him the second one.
I hope there's a Venom 3 Carnage is back. Jimmy's gonna go.
I was
see
gonna
that.
say, Jim, you're not gonna drag him to that until you do a double Carnage.
Yeah,
double
seriously.
feature.
We're gonna go see Uncharted and Jackass 4 or Jackass 5.
Actually, watched Uncharted.
I really want to see Jackass.
I used to watch Jackass. I don't want to see older guys beat themselves up anymore.
That's the best part. That's like,
And they have like 4 or 5 new kids, five new people that are willing to kill themselves now.
oh, there's new younger people?
There's new younger people.
Oh, interesting.
And that's like that's what like these Wednesday night things are. Old guys beating themselves up over
Yeah.
stuff. I mean,
I like back in the MTV days. Remember that one episode Brad Pitt was in it? He joined the Jackass team for an episode. That was great.
I remember Exton Jace down where Eric was living.
mhm.
Bam Margera would be like there all the time.
Yeah, he's
I guess the family's from around there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Westchester.
Westchester, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because Dunn died on that one highway going into Philly. Right?
Yeah.
Jimmy and I have never driven fast enough on the Schuylkill to actually be able to die. Like you just
Yeah, you actually have to be out of a traffic jam to drive past it.
that's Jim's least favorite road in the country.
It's one of them.
It's not fun.
Pennsylvania Turnpike is probably my least favorite.
I've heard him curse on the way to and from so many concerts.
Yeah, that is not
that
a
road.
fun highway. Yep, and it's one lane, right? Isn't it one lane?
No,
the
It's
whole
two
time?
it's 2 lanes, but
it's too late. Yeah,
but it's
but
just
it's slow. You come out of King of Prussia, you think you're hell on wheels, and you immediately come to a stop,
Yeah.
and you realize you still have like 18 miles to get to Center City.
Yep. All right, boys. Have a good
All right.
night. See you next time.
yep. We will be prepared.
We will be prepared. We'll
I'll have a stack of new books.
stacking.
have,
So we'll do news. We'll review the top 10 list quicker, and that's mostly my fault. The news top 10 list quicker, mail call, and then top 10 movies for each of us.
All right.
The top
Jason-
10.
Jason,
It's
get your-
gonna take me all week to get down to the top 10.
Jason's got to get his flick chart going.
I don't think I'm going to flick chart it. I think I'll just really focus.
Could
on
you
what
do
my
it off the
10
top of your head? I couldn't. I would have needed flick chart to tell me, cause just
Yeah.
I know my top 3.
yeah, top 3, top 5 is kind of easy, but when you get in the top 10, like I'm
Yeah.
glad that thing told me because I wouldn't have known. It's
that's
true.
I look
great.
at my 25 and then I'm looking at the rest of them. I'm like, no, I can add that in there. No,
Because
I
when you
can add
get
that
to a
in there.
movie like Raiders of the Lost Ark, I'm like, all right, do I like it better than Empire? Yeah. I mean, no. Do I like it better than Superman? Yeah. Do I like it better than Endgame? Yeah. You know
Well,
what I
Temple
mean?
of Doom is my favorite Indiana Jones movie.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm still going with Raiders.
Actually, if you put Kate Capshaw on anything in the 80s, it's
Yeah.
probably going to be my favorite.
I love Space Camp,
Black Rain is in my top
Black
25.
Rain. Good flicks. She was in a lot of good movies. Kate Capshaw. All right, fellas.
All right, boys.
All right, guys.
Have a good night. Thanks for
Viewers,
watching, everybody. Thanks
thanks
for the
for watching.
comments. Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.